Hey everyone, we're back on the video. NHL News Reports. Another season preview. Today, Buffalo Sabres. Buffalo's an interesting team. A team that was so close to the playoffs. Missed it from just like a couple points. But man, are they close to making the playoffs for the first time in such a long time, right? Buffalo, uh, I'm just looking up the playoff streak here. It's a 12-year run. I thought it was 12 years. I just want to make sure. Yeah, 12 years. But longest playoff drought in the NHL, 12 years. But it might change next year. And it could be, and it's realistic, it could change next year. Not to make it 13, right? So the team right now has 8.7 million in cap, and they're still a fantastic team who will make the playoffs next year, or will be close to the playoffs next year. Hopefully, it makes the playoffs. Right? I'm really rooting for them. On the forwards, this is who we got: Jeff Skinner at 9 million for 4 years. Tage Thompson is your guy at center. That's your franchise guy, along with Dylan Cousins at 25 years old at 7.1 million for the next 7 years. Dylan Cousins just signed a deal, 7 years at 7.1 million. Fantastic deals. Those are your top two centers right there. Very productive seasons they had the last couple of years, especially Dylan Cousins. This year, really, last year really just came out of just unbelievable. And Tage Thompson even got better than the year before his breakout season. Unbelievable. Then you also have Victor Olofsson on a last year of his deal at 4.75. You also have Alex Tuch on a 3-year deal at 4.75. Jordan Greenway, 3 more years left at 3 million. Casey Middlestat, 2.5 million last year on his deal. OFA. UFAs and Zemnis Gilkinsons at 2.5 million. Kyle Pozo is your captain at 2.5 million. Tyson Jost is 2 million UFA. Peyton Krebs, 863,000 OFA. John Jason Paducah and Lucas Roenick. Those are your rookies there. Well, not rookies, but they played a good amount, especially Paducah at, the young, life at 21, 24. So those are your nice centers. Looking at some of the forwards here in the AHL, there's a lot of good ones, like really good ones here. Zach Benson, they got from the draft. He dropped a little. What a fantastic pick that is. He's smaller, but has the talent for sure. Yuli Kulich, Noah Ostlund, Matthew Savoy, Isaac Rosen, Victor Nujulov, I think that's how you say it. Those are just some of the guys on the forward depth of some centers that could crack the lineup and are very talented. Savoy at 19, Ostlund at 19, Yuli Kulich at 19, and 18 at Benson, right? So you're looking at that. That is pretty amazing. They still have some really solid forwards coming up, even though they have them already in the NHL and Paducah too, right? So very good. This team will score a lot. Cousins is like that, 1-2 punch there with Tage Thompson. Really good. They have the shot with Olofsson. Same thing with Tage Thompson. His shot is unbelievable. And you got Jeff Skinner, who had a bounce back year. Who's a guy, that contract looks a lot better than before, right? But Jeff Skinner, great skater, will score. And Kyle Pozo, just a great leader. Maybe he retires after this year at 2.5 million, but we'll see what happens at 35 years old. But Casey Middlestat is another guy, really good. Don Granato has done a fantastic job with this young group, and I just like how he's done the last couple of years with this team. Really turning them around, getting this going. It looked like Casey Middlestat was going to be a bust. He's been really good last couple of years, especially this, last year. Gradually getting better. Took some time, but hey, he really just got in his own way. Like I said, Greenway is a tough guy too. Those are some good young centers. Not just young centers, young forwards in general. Look on defense, still fantastic. By the way, not to miss out, I forgot. Jack Quinn's on the IRs during the season, unfortunately, but he has a fantastic shot. He's 21 years old with 2 years left at 863K. Fantastic player. And when he comes back, goes slots right back in the top 6. So much depth on forward for the Buffalo Sabres. Such a good team. Hopefully they can make the playoffs, like I say. Looking at the Buffalo Sabres on defense, Rasmus Sandin is your guy, finishing up a $6 million deal. He is RFA this coming season. We'll see what he gets. Definitely 8 or more than that for sure. 8 million plus. Matthias Samuelsson, they signed to a 7-year deal at 4.2 million. Shutdown guy. They signed him down because they want to keep him as a guy who on the betting on heel to be great and pay less as he gets older. And he's only 23, along with Rasmus Dahlin, who are fantastic top 2 centers there. Connor Clifton they brought in free agency after playing in Boston at $3.33 million. 3 years, a little high, but I think he's a really good defenseman, solid bottom pairing guy. Along with a veteranship deal and Eric Johnson at 3.25. He'll be UFA at the end of the season after being Colorado for most of his career. Won a Stanley Cup in Colorado at 35-year-old. I think that's pretty good. Bring some veteranship to that right side. Also, Henning Yoki Haru, he's finished up his deal at $2.5 million. He's pretty solid as a UFA. RFA, sorry. You have Jacob Bison, RFA at $1.8 million. You also have Riley Stillman at $1.35 million, RFA. And you also have, how do you forget about this guy, Owen Powell, who's such a good, solid defenseman. Rookie last year. He's only 20 years old and first-round pick in 2021. Pretty good defense, right? Looking on the young guys, even in the AHL next year, Ryan Johnson, he's 22. He's a great shutdown guy. Played in Minnesota last year. Great puck moving, or not puck moving, shutdown, block shots, all that stuff. Fantastic guy you have there. You look at Komarov, you also have 2 at 19 years old. Kale Clay, they bring back at 25 years old. Davies, they also have 2. On goaltending, like to start here at first, Devin Levi will probably start as the number 1 guy. He's 21 years old, played Northeastern last year in the NCAA. What a fantastic goalie he was. They brought him in, signed him to a deal, and he played really solid. I love how he plays that goal. Great goalie stance, great positioning. I think he's fantastic. And at 21, as a young guy like that, being able to do that, that's impressive. It takes a long time for a goalie to really get into the mind of his own and become that goalie. But guess what? He's a fantastic goalie. Great to see that at 21-year-old. You also have Devin Cooley, you have Dustin Dortowski they bring back. Good to see that. Up here they have Eric Comrie on his last year's $1.8 million. They also have Jukka Pekka Luukkonen, another young goalie. I like him. He's big. He's solid. I'm sure his numbers will get a lot better next year or this coming year, right? So I'm really looking forward to Jukka Pekka Luukkonen and Devin Levi along with Comrie, Dortowski, Devin Cooley. You have some goalies here. Very interesting to see how things turn out for this team. I do think this team will make the playoffs. Wild card, I think. I will think so. I think they're going to be better than Detroit. I think they'll be better than Ottawa. Why do I say that? Better offense, better goaltending, and better defense. I feel like they have that. Even though Detroit, my second favorite team, that has my first, I think Detroit's got to get a little bit better offensively and a little bit better with that. So, they brought in DeBrincat. We'll see how things go. But I do think Buffalo is a tad better than Detroit is. Just saying. They got the young plethora of talent here that can score and all that more than Detroit. I'm not counting out Dylan Larkin and Lucas Raymond and DeBrincat and David Perron and guys like that they have. But it just feels like they have more offense here and better defense. And even goaltending maybe, right, too. So we'll see what happens. See, am I wrong? But I do think they'll have a wild card spot. Either it's the first wild card spot or the second. My prediction is they will make one of the wild card spots. So, thanks for watching. See you next video. Bye.